What is this, the circus? Because you're all right here in the same tiny car!
Damn, that's crazy. Who'd have thought that Slya would have raided me?
Yeah, what is that? What is that little game? What is that? Just like a small numbers RPG that like uses like a click-based action system, and if you try to play it fast, it'll just like fuck you right up. Is that what I'm getting?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's made by this little company called Game Freak.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that was the other thing that Game Freak made, right? It's always wild because like every 10 years, Game Freak makes one. Are we unmuted, by the way, Kobuddy?
Yeah, we're unmuted.
Okay, sick. Making sure everyone can hear me fucking yap. Yeah. So like every 10 years, Game Freak makes some shit that's not Pokemon, and it's like always. I would say they are all like interesting, flawed, and fantastic. Like even like Mendel Palace, I'm like, that game is fucking fire. It does a bunch of weird shit and crashes a bunch of bizarre ways, but it's like really fun and like really weird, and there's nothing else really like it. And that's how I feel about like a lot of Game Freaks. Like, didn't they do like Tembo the badass elephant or something? Wasn't that Game Freak?
Oh right.
Yeah, and it was like mad good, and there's like nothing else like it. That's what I'm saying. It's like what Game Freak is up to whenever they're not doing Pokemon.
This one's so wild. Its main selling point was a soundtrack by Toby Fox.
Oh, the composer for the background music of Undertale?
Yeah, those were the background music of Undertale.
That advertisement was so funny. It was just like, yeah, that's all he did. Don't give him credit for anything else. Fuck that kid.
No, nothing else.
Oh no.
But it has incredibly high, like, off-brand PS2 energy. Like the feeling of like this really strange card battler that would have come out in 2005, except for it's a Switch title in 2019.
Oh,
so like one of the
Lost
weird
Kingdoms.
or like one of the like Yu-Gi-Oh is inexplicably a board game now.
Yeah. has that sort of energy. It's just like a terrifyingly tense card battler where you just have to be like, you gotta be playing perfect.
Is there like a way to grind or something? Is there like, can you like buy better cards or upgrades or something that would like make it?
You can't deck build.
Oh, okay.
You can upgrade the cards in your deck though. You can, like, after you win fights, you get like points that let you like sometimes add text to a card in your deck. Sometimes
sick.
up the, like, it'll be, or sometimes it'll up the stats where like a card might go from like a 1-cost 2/1 to a 2/2 to a 3/2, and then it does better, or might gain an effect. You can go ahead and spend points to like gain hit points and such. Yeah, you have a sphere grid for your stuff. It's
What? Sorry. Anytime
like
sphere grid gets mentioned,
your character has like a generic upgrade path for like their stats and also like certain cards and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just a very fascinating game. It's I think my favorite thing I was told when I was streaming this last time was I was the single player on Steam playing it.
That's so crazy.
Just a completely gone video game.
Didn't that release like last year?
This one, so it was a Switch title from 2019, and it released on PC after that. Like in COVID era, I think was like when it got its release.
Okay. 2020 on Steam. Okay, so this one's been out for a while. Okay, cool. I was thinking of a different strange RPG side project that got forgotten to the sands of time. There was
understandable.
A weird period of like 10 of those. Yeah, like there was one that was like based around like another Toriyama property that's like really good, but like the game just came and went, and I don't know.
So there was it
was a Sandland
open world
game.
Sandland.
Sandland, yeah, that's it.
That was like a mediocre open world title that has some really fun designs because it's Toriyama stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, because Sandland is pretty good. Yeah, I've watched a little bit of the animated adaptation. It was fun. It's very delightful. Also, shout outs to whatever animators had to draw fucking Toriyama tanks 300 times. Godspeed, and I hope your wrists are okay.
07, like
yeah, this fella's here to draw as many giblets on this tank as he fucking can.
God. Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
so over the weekend, Universe's Worlds happened. I was unable to attend for a variety of reasons. First of which was I just didn't meet the necessary point requirements to participate within Worlds.
So it's like an invite-ish where you have to get so many points on the from the events going up to it.
Yeah, it's a points grind. Okay. I don't know like how Magic or other card games do their sort of lead up to Worlds and how you get your invitation for that, but
has changed every 4 years.
Yeah, oh, great news! Ours changes every year.
That's pretty normal.
Like Magic generally has like an invite system where like if you were certain criteria, top 32 at a Pro Tour event, or like there are certain criteria that can get you an invite to it, and it has changed a number of times.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense, like Magic has just been a game that has drastically changed in how many players there are, right? Like,
yes.
It went from something that was like, maybe like if you were lucky, you'd get 50 people at a regional event to like, you need like multiple days to get all the matches in at a full like convention center,
Yeah, for us, I think it's the fact that pretty sure our head of OP has changed like every year. There's probably a variety of reasons for it. I think for this year specifically, it's because UVS Games has also picked up the organized play for Riftbound.
Yes.
So
League of Legends. So.
Yeah, yep. So the person who was originally doing our organized play is now mainly focusing on Riftbound, so now we need a new FOP. Which, for what it's worth, everything I've heard about how this Worlds was ran, pretty much everyone who went has said that it was the best Worlds event they've been to.
So, where was this one held?
Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, the other reason was because I just didn't have the money to go to Texas. Because I could have totally gone if I wanted to, because they had, open side events to people who weren't playing in the actual Worlds event. In fact, they had 2 pre-releases for the upcoming Godzilla set happening on location, and both filled up.
Nice.
From what I have heard from the current head of organized play is, while there was about 140, 150 players in like the actual, Worlds event, day 1, day 2, and day 3, there were actually around 200 people, like, at the location, doing side events and whatnot.
That's good, because that's a really important piece of a draw for your big events, your Pro Tours, regionals, and nationals, making sure that people who aren't going to play in the main event feel like there's reasons to come and chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can only have so many people in the top 64, right?
Mm-hmm.
Roughly 64.
Yeah,
give or take.
About 64, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, on that note, the pricing for this year's Worlds was much improved compared to last year. This is for just showing up. This is what you got. You got the play mat, you got all the promos, you got the bag, and you got the deck box.
Nice. Getting 5 promo cards is really nice. Were those special for the event cards, or were just
they
were the promos?
They were reprints, or not reprints, but they were specific promos for this event. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. But
Yeah,
they're
but-
not. I think I see like a. Is that Nagori?
Oh, on the far.
I also mentioned that just because like promo cards historically, if a game takes off and there are like champion only promo cards,
Those could be.
those end up worth a whole lot of money. Yeah, those are like the closest you get to like stonks in a card game for playing it is promo champion cards, because yeah, those sometimes go crazy.
Yeah, I mean the and again, this is just for showing up. The people who made it further and further got like 5 separate chrome rares, which is the chase rarity of our card game.
Oh, and like that's nice, but like
Yeah.
specific like for the event
Oh,
only
sure.
cards. That's like a factor of like print quantity versus like 30. You know what I mean? Like that's like a couple thousand versus like under 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, also, even if you didn't qualify for Worlds, you could pay the like 30, 40 bucks, whatever the entry fee was set to, and still get this stuff.
Oh, nice. That's a great reason to have people show up too. That's nice to have like some form of merch.
Yeah.
But yeah, beyond just like entry stuff, a lot has changed since October 3rd, which was the last time I got to talk about Universes. It was the Atlanta Regional that I played in. Nominally, a lot of shit has gotten banned. These 3, you might remember some of these cards, but go ahead and give them a read anyway.
Oh yeah.
I do remember 9 Titans. I do remember Sweeping Daggers. Sweeping Daggers is the one that has like steal text from a discard pile, so you never want to play things with
Yep.
like text on it to get stolen. And then the teaming is just like here's an attack that gets better as you go up in difficulty. And then 9 Titans was like a piece of tutoring for Hanja Z.
Hanj could start with it and play, and yeah, I mean, any backup-based character loved 9 Titans, because it was so much damage reduction, and obviously it could also randomly double the damage or speed of an attack. And yeah, Sleeping Daggers also just soft-banned a lot of cards. There were a lot of high difficulty attacks, or like...
Yeah, that were like covered in words. So if you put it in your discard pile, your opponent just fucked your life up for it.
And very importantly, like if you're playing, you know, any other game, a Magic, a Yu-Gi-Oh, a Pokemon, you have very perfect control of what goes into your discard pile, unless your opponent's like killing you. But every card you play in Universe's control check, mill 1, whoops, I hit a card with powerful 3, stun 2, like tenacious, and then my opponent goes sweep.
Yeah,
that's a good point. It's not just like countering like graveyard effects. Everybody has graveyard effect in Universes. You just are gonna fill your graveyard regardless. Yeah.
Yeah, notably also there's a card called Patchwork Baby that is a 3-mid
Great.
1 that says like it gets +4 damage for each keyword in your card pool, or it gets +2 speed for the highest rated keyword ability you've played. It's offset by the fact that it's a 5 difficulty 3-mid for 1. Suddenly you put that on Sweeping Daggers.
Yeah.
However, that isn't the only 3 cards that got banned.
Okay, so we're just
3
build. Okay, so we're hitting a lot of the Attack on Titan pieces that were like just all over the place. Unyielding Destruction, that's the one that just
Just a free
Wildfires.
board wipe.
sweet.
Armageddon.
Yeah, you just deaden your opponent down to 4 lands, and you get to keep your backup.
Yeah, you have to keep your backup, which means if you, say, are playing a character that can commit backups to past checks.
If you have 3 or more
This card
cards,
does not. Did Equipment Heist exist before the TMNT set, or was that a new for TMNT?
That was from TMNT.
okay. Card does not count towards difficulty. First form, draw discard. I assume that's not what we're here for.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
Card
it's
pool,
nice,
your
but...
turn. Your turn. If you have 3 or more attacks in your card pool, search your deck for a... Oh, right. We use this to search that, like, 7-cost asset or whatever.
Yep, it was a 7-cost asset, massive mutant machine, commit for +5/+5.
Yeah.
It's Tinker. You're just tinkering.
Tinker.
That's
Yeah,
Tinker.
this is Tinker.
It's fucking
Yeah,
Tinker.
weird.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a card, Kobuddy, that's like famously turbo fucking broken in Magic called Tinker, and it's just like just or sacrifice an artifact, find a different artifact, and put it into play. And Magic the Gathering has artifacts like Portal to Phyrexia that reads, "Your opponent's life sucks and they lose."
Yeah, like, but just like anytime you have something like that bypasses a
Cost.
Yeah. You all of a sudden something's gonna go very bad very quickly.
The fact that it does that and tutors is just so funny. Like, that's the tinkering part. Is the tutor with it is just crazy.
Whatever. Go grab it from your deck. It's fine.
Yeah, the whole idea was like, oh,
This
but
was
you
a
have to
Decker
have
discard.
you have to have 3 or more attacks in your card pool. Too bad there's characters that do that so fucking easily, like say Devil's
there's characters that easily put that on the board. Yeah.
Yeah.
Titan Cliff was banned because it was such a huge consistency piece in Godzilla specifically.
That makes sense.
5 attack. 5.
It's a 5 high for 6, a 5 high for 9 in Godzilla.
Yeah, but
That
he's the +3.
fixes his biggest issue, which is just sometimes you don't draw your attacks. Also, he gets to build in a check of any foundation with a check of 6.
Yeah, I was gonna say that lets you cycle 3 cards to find what you want, attack for 9, and then also play a foundation probably.
Yeah, and of which Godzilla runs a lot of very powerful 6-check foundations.
Makes sense.
But yeah, so beyond
And
that,
that means Godzilla's dead forever. Yep, and I'm just gonna go ahead and take a nice sip of water and
Yeah, definitely.
but yeah,
watch
so
any Godzilla film.
Definitely he's dead, and that's why we don't have an entire set off the Godzilla franchise.
Yeah.
So this was banned.
Yeah, all 6 of these cards are banned over the course of multiple months. All 6 of these cards have been banned since we last talked. And obviously, that changed up the meta quite a lot going into Worlds. So with that in mind, I'm going to be showing you a number of different cards, and in addition to evaluating the cards, some of which you'll probably already have seen, I also want you to tell me if it's a top 8, top 4, or grand finals card.
Okay, and let's keep these to like 15 seconds each.
Yeah.
Let's keep these
boom,
fast.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Not too much time to think.
Oh, I actually don't have like that a ton here, so if you want to spend like a decent
Absolutely
chunk of
not.
time-
Let's go.
Okay,
Let's jam.
fair
fucking
enough.
jam.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
First instinct.
All right.
At the ready. Okay, so this gives you RC, which means you get that little funny token. That token can be spent as attention or used to do any of its funny things.
This card has no text other than tension.
which is crazy text for the record.
Which is a million text. Which is all the text.
And so we're thinking, is this a top 16 or top 8, top 4, or grand finals.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this managed to sneak into top. See, my gut says top 8 because it doesn't seem that crazy, but like I could see top 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna say top 8.
Top?
Actually, yeah, no, top 8.
So yeah, this card's very funny because it reads not that great. It's a 5 mid for 2 damage. That only gets you a roaming cancel. That being said, this was a Grand Finals card.
Yo, all right.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. It's a Happy Chaos card, of course.
Yeah,
What
in
were we thinking?
retrospect,
What were we thinking?
obviously,
We fell for it.
He's got a fucking gun. Are you stupid?
Yeah, like, come on.
Everyone, when a new patch comes out for Strive, oh, surely this time Happy Chaos won't be top 3. No, dumbass. He still is. Still has a gun.
We fell for the classic blunder.
Yeah, surely this time Daisuke Ishiwatari will nerf the gun character enough to not make me want to tear my eyes out. Yeah.
So I'll go into explain why this is a Grand Finals card later, but requires
Can I ask who it was played with?
Yeah, that's part of the reason why.
Okay.
I'm not telling you yet, because
I'm guessing like, because the thing I'm seeing on the card is that it's 3 cost, and like, yeah, its damage is tiny, but if you can throw a tiny attack and then buff the hell out of it, like, who cares? Like, you care about quantity of attacks, not quality.
Or you just really need tension, and
That
you
too.
can you can just or not tension, but just the
RC.
the
Roman cancel.
thing you get. What is the name of it when it's the momentum?
Momentum.
in this
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
Momentum, yeah.
Because Roman cancel can be spent as a momentum, which is really nice for some stuff.
Yeah, speaking of Guilty Gear, though. And I've included 2 cards to kind of give you an idea of what people have been playing with the character.
Yeah, so didn't Bridget get, like, instantly errataed?
Yeah,
Like, there was
an infinite with her that you could do that, yeah, they errated.
Did they errata the other card or Bridget?
Just Bridget.
Okay, so is this the errated version?
No, it says flip one other card in your card pool. So, for it is ultimately meaningless if you are playing her as intended.
Okay.
Neither of these cards had anything to do with the mill infinite. But.
That deals damage at 1 face down for vertical momentum, flip 1 or 2. I'm thinking Bridget underperformed.
I'm gonna go top 16.
I'm gonna go top 16. The combo engine feels like a little like without that it felt pretty iffy. What are you thinking, Slyo?
Yeah, I think that like Bridget here is very fragile and is liable to have a matchup where Bridget just explodes, especially if you're trying to go for a
in competitive, yeah.
But
Yeah,
like,
so
I'm gonna say top 16. I don't think Bridget was beat Godzilla.
despite the fact that she plays Godzilla's famous action. Yeah. That being said, Bridget did not make the cut for top 8.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
She just kind of she's been consistently underperforming despite how highly she was rated at the outset.
Yeah, that's Bridget. Sounds lore accurate.
Like on face, she reads so strong. Like she constantly does speed. She clears her card pool. She generates free momentum. theoretically speaking, this character should be fucking crazy.
What's going on then? Is it like a card
It's
availability,
just-
like in the
I think realistically what it is just that having to have the card in your card pool to start her going is enough clunk in her game plan to stop her from really, getting out there.
Yeah.
Unlike compared to a character like, say, this guy.
Well, if it isn't Rodon, that bitch.
This fucking bird that I hate.
Oh my god, extremely. Yeah, this was like the very control heavy deck that like gets a lot of hand shaping and can hold you down underwater forever. So my reasoning why I think this is probably like top 4 but not grand finals is everybody knew this fucker was here. Like everybody knew.
This is a long, like this isn't like a new matchup. Rodon's been around forever.
Yeah, and card game matchups tend to start drifting more and more unfavorable as the deck has been around and people both understand how to play around it, understand how to sideboard around it, and like, build decks with intent of beating it. So I would say, that being said, like if top players were still bringing this shit, it's probably because it still works. I would not be surprised to see this hit top 4.
I'm gonna go a little lower. I'm gonna say that people are too prepared, and like once we get into the place where people like are playing top cut games, they've got the plan at the ready.
Like top 8.
Yeah, I'll say top 8.
So fascinatingly enough, not only did Rodan not make an appearance in the top 4 or top 8, Rodan didn't even make an appearance in the top 16 or top 32.
Okay, did anyone show up? Okay.
Yes.
That makes me think is that like all the players that wanted to play Rodan moved to a new deck that plays like the same-ish game plan but better.
Not really. Honestly, Rodan is still king shit of Speed Mountain.
Or people just tested, players just tested against Rodan and just realized Rodan like lost to the field. Because that happens sometimes. Like
it does.
It reminds me of like Ruby Storm was projected to be insanely broken tier 0, but there was so much passive hate for the game plan that it just, as soon as it showed up to a tournament, it got smoked.
Like that deck had such a bad win rate once it showed up.
Yeah, and that deck was like crazy on paper. Like pre-testing, everyone was like, "Holy shit, this deck's gonna be busted." And then first tournament it showed up and it was at like 37% or something. It got cooked.
Yeah, Rodan, this world just kind of fell off a cliff.
So it sounds like though it wasn't as much the Rodan players lost, but rather like people just stopped playing it.
There weren't that many Rodan players, no.
Okay.
Why? I genuinely could not tell you.
Okay, yeah, that changes my eval because my eval was also definitely based on there were players who brought it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, people did, but the highest ranking one was like 33rd, I think. But yeah, nowhere near in like the top slots that it used to be.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a card you've definitely seen before.
Yeah.
We walking the dog. This
powerful 3 stun one is like so funny.
Powerful 3 stun 1. It gets to be a furtive, and you get to draw a card.
Is because this is you get to play this as a Godzilla card, right?
It's in Chaos. Yeah, it's in
Yeah.
Chaos, which is like an insane. But from what I remember, that was like one of the top tier types, and like that was part of the reason people like saw Soul and were like, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, this really is just determined by the cards around it, but considering Godzilla gets to play this because it's like super high difficulty, high enough damage, it's in chaos, and it's like some shit that Godzilla can cheat on, right? Like Godzilla has other ways to mess with cards that are expensive.
The big thing is like this thing also has that draw card, which is always a really nice freebie.
It's so
thing to
sick.
have.
Love to draw a card, man. Yeah.
love to draw a card.
Yeah, this seems like versatile enough in a big cost package that I'm willing to say this still I'll say grand finals. Screw it, this thing still showed up.
Yeah,
Why not?
this thing still was there.
Yeah. Sure was.
Yeah, let's go.
Sure was, buddy.
I love that I see. I love just looking at like brainstorm and being like, yeah, that's good. Nice.
Because like looking at this, like it does help that we know about the little bits about like seeing the 6 damage, seeing the chaos, and it's like,
Yeah, Walk the Dog is such a prevalent card that I'm assuming they won't do like an actual ban and RAL list until after the Chicago regional, would be my assumption. But after that, if not before, I would not be shocked if this card gets hit.
Yeah, because it like borders on being free for Godzilla. Yeah.
I mean, borders on being free for like anyone.
yeah, because -4 makes it 4 cost, and the cost for getting it to cost that is your opponent is playing the game minorly.
Yeah.
Like,
so cool. I love cards that punish you for interacting with the game. Get got,
Right.
dummy.
you have tapped lands? Ooh, big mistake, dummy.
Die. It's time to get Goblin Charbelched.
Yeah, let's, you know what? I've been around the bush enough.
Yeah.
Number 1, baby!
Yeah, he's still there. He's still there, baby. I don't know if Godzilla himself was grand finals or top 4, but if this butthole wasn't at least top 4, I'd be just shocked, frankly, because like, God, everything he does is just like so consistent at beating your ass, and it seems like every time they're like, we will simply ban out the 3 best things for Godzilla. But then, like, the only real qualifier for things to be good for Godzilla is kind of high difficulty and, like, is a good card. Which is, like, not a high bar to clear.
And, like, they keep printing cards. Like,
yeah, they keep making cards. So they're going to make good cards. Because, like, they want the players to play the game and give a shit. And, like, some of them are going to be expensive.
Yep. Yeah, I'm very sorry, Kobuddy, but I believe in Godzilla. I think...
until this big bastard rotates, you're gonna have to deal with him.
If Godzilla was so good, why didn't they make a Godzilla 2?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So now I will say, and I won't say who the who his opponent was in the grand finals. What I will say is the person who did get to grand finals besides this Godzilla had to play against 2 other Godzillas going into grand finals.
Hell yeah,
I'm sorry,
gamer.
like top 8, top 4, top 2, Godzilla.
Yes.
So what you're telling me is Godzilla was grand finals and the oppressor of the bracket.
Just everywhere, Godzilla.
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's
There's like everyone has like every tournament has
There
a
goes
deck,
Tokyo.
or a lot of them have a deck where it's like, oh yeah, I had to play through 4 fucking VV Cauldron decks to get here, right? Like, and that usually is the deck that's like the problem. So yeah,
Here
glad
I
to hear
am,
it's
and an
Godzilla's
opponent
there.
plays a Badger Bowl Cub, and you're like, oh, okay.
Oh brother, yeah.
Yeah, people have been
So,
on Godzilla or City Rampage getting some form of hit. Like, we'll see if the biggest thing is Godzilla comes from a precon. So is City Rampage. So they're always slightly more wary of hitting those.
but this is also like, I gotta be real. I think we've been hearing about Godzilla's dominance
Yeah.
in every one of
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
okay,
sorry if Lil
I have
Kitty
a
shows up and
specific
has to
vendetta
go.
against
I
Godzilla.
know.
Yeah,
but
but like,
Godzilla's growing.
yeah. Yeah, you've got a vendetta against Godzilla like Wolfie Glick's got a fucking vendetta against Incineroar. It doesn't mean you're wrong. Like, you're a fucking hater for a reason. I get it. I fucking one of my best friends plays Elfelt Valentine. I'll shit on that character all day.
But yeah, let's.
Good old concept.
You know what? Yeah, let's go with this guy.
Mark.
Okay, so this is like a world champ card. You get to make your own.
Yep. Yeah, if you win Worlds, you get to make your own character card. A Nilo reward.
Rad. Okay. How does that get distributed? Like, do you just have the one? Or
It goes on the reward store once the card is ready and completed.
Okay. So, okay.
Yeah, anyone can get it.
So the reward store is like you accumulate points through playing in tournaments and playing in local events, and then you can go to the online portal and be like, here's my player number, I have this many points, please send me a box of cards. That's the idea, yes?
Or give me like give me this promo, I suppose, if you wanted to build a deck around. Mark here. I think this is full custom then. Like, so the idea is
card.
that the idea is talking as someone who's made one of these is that like once you
No big deal or anything.
no big deal, just like this is like Mark works with the design team and goes like, all right, we're gonna make your own cool unique card for having a win. I'm sure there's like a 2021, 2022, etc. for other years where these get designed with the design team and then put out later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were pretty behind for a while there, but they've caught up.
When Netrunner lost the license at Fantasy Flight late 2017, they were near a dozen of these cards behind. And so when you showed up to Worlds that year, Magnum Opus, the last event, you got a promo pack that had every single World Champ 2015, 2016, 2017.
Oh, that's kind of sick.
And then Gen Con winner 2015, 2016, 2017, etc. This design's cool. You get to play double ups on Legends.
Yep, you get to play two unique cards per stage.
Kobuddy, a little behind the curtain here. Is this the card that you were posting somebody with the worst takes imaginable who was like, if I made a champ card, it would be 1 mana to deal 2 damage to any target, and I'd call it Shock, and everyone would love it. Like, is that what this post was about?
No, I will say the one he was talking about is way funnier. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can.
Okay,
just
so
put
we'll
it
get
on.
there. Great.
Okay. I'm gonna guess this is a type of card that there's 1 or 2 people on this deck and they're sick at it. Like if you're
I was just gonna say rogue deck. Yeah, I was gonna say this reeks of rogue deck to me.
Yeah, especially reading the card where it has real you get to throw your opponent at -2 on checks, and that might just turn it, right?
Yeah, because they have to pass or fail. It doesn't say your rival may fail the check.
Yeah, it doesn't say that. So you could if a bad check shows up, all of a sudden time walk happens and your opponent goes, oh shit, and then blows up. I'm gonna guess this was in the cut. I don't think a rogue deck like this is something that I'd expect to be big, like top 4, but
Yeah, in some degree, right? Like, card events generally do favor the deck that shows up more commonly. So, like, their rogue decks tend to peter out, even if they are good enough, just by sheer numbers. Like, but you have your game where you just draw nothing but lands or whatever.
yeah.
So I'd say, yeah, like maybe top 16.
Yeah, I like that.
So interestingly enough, a lot of people regarded this character as a kind of massive problem character, due to the fact that he can make you... He can do the commit to make you your checks back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played...
Kind of the issue that Mark has is just finding the way to killing people. That being said, still made top 4.
Oh, top 4, nice.
Nice. Okay. So
yeah.
somebody like really rolled in on this. That's
Yeah, the player was Justin Birch, I believe. He was running pretty much only the Attack on Titan 4 check package. So the idea is he plays these big fat attacks that he can
+2.
grease up his check while also kind of making yours worse and worse. And let me bring up the card that the Bad Takes was talking about. I have it on stream.
Think about universes or universal fighting system way back in the day. I do remember playing. I think it was just K.
Oh yeah.
Who had the text? Commit, reaction, commit, discard a momentum, give a check -2, and you would just time lock people so bad with that, like, and the game would usually end because of it. Start of your end phase, discard 8 card hand, Kevin. Reveal 5 cards in hand.
Oh, did you post it?
Oh yeah, I can also post in the call. I just had it on stream.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. I only have the side streaming chat up.
Yeah, I just pulled up the... Okay. Reveal 5 cards from your hand. If all the 5 cards share a keyword, build 4 cost or less from discard and add 1 card from the deck. If none share a keyword or print difficulty, all checks +1.
So specifically, what Kevin Broberg wanted to do is he wanted to make a character that forced you to play 5 of a kind or
I was gonna say Balatro. Like this.
Yeah. very. Yeah, Balatro was one of his design inspirations.
Yeah, this is sick. I love when you have to like really carefully craft the rules text for a card to make it do a thing from another game. This is always a fun exercise in how good is your rules text, and this does feel like Kevin maybe being like, check this shit out.
Oh, 100%.
In a way that owns.
He's that kind of like player.
Fuck yeah.
Also,
I think I like this Kevin character.
This card looks
Kevin
like
champ seems all right.
This card looks like if Seth Rogen was in Disco Elysium. Kevin Broberg did, in fact, say he wanted his character card to look like from Disco Elysium.
Sick.
Nice.
But yeah. How about this guy?
Umid Soul. 1 foundation from your stage. Build 1 asset. Discard 1 card. Remind me, what is EX3 again?
Spend momentum. It gets speed equal to the EX rating for each momentum you spend.
Yep.
Rival commence 2 foundations or draw 2 cards.
Discarding 1 card to draw 2 cards is like so fun. It's like so fun to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Love to do that. There's in current Pokemon, Zoroark is a pretty nice card for just having the text once per turn, discard a card, draw 2, and you're like, yes, thank you.
So, quick question here. Was the thing to cheat Massive Mutant Machine banned during this tournament?
It was banned before this tournament. Like,
Okay, so it's not legal in this. Okay, cool.
yeah, not that Pumat Soul
Ooh,
could
but-
play that card, but
But like,
Oh,
but
outside of-
Pumat's
okay.
got the remove one foundation from your stage, build an asset from your hand, right? Like, so you're cheating.
Oh,
play.
right. So
you
he's
can
got
still
the cheating
cheat
built
Massive
in.
Mew Machine in, yes.
So this is a deck that exists because you've got the ability to cheat it. Huh.
My main concern is it feels like this is like maybe playing some older cards. And like I've got Modern Horizons brand where I'm just like, that card's old. It's probably ass. So like that is my big concern, is that like it seems like these have all been around for a bit, right? Or is the character new?
Pumat was from Critical Role, which was the first set of 2025. Massive Mew
so-
Machine was
Okay,
from
so
TMT.
relatively recent.
Yeah, all these were released in 2025 or 2026. Team Hero 15
Okay.
specifically came out, God, like a month or two before Worlds?
Oh, so that was like a new King of Fighters set. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, new decks.
New cards makes me reevaluate it. This seems neat. My only concern too is like if you're running a card that came out only a month ago, that means you probably don't have the reps you'd want on the deck, right?
Yeah, it's got to
Maybe
be.
it's,
and,
like,
like,
some
I'm
testing.
also thinking that you're only on this because the
M&M.
previous way of cheating that out got banned. So all of a sudden you're coming up with a new one. Like, you know, Tinker got
Jr.
banned. So, Tinker got banned. So like I'm pulling out Trash for Treasure or some nonsense that still lets me Tinker, but it's harder because this one has to be in hand. You can't tutor from deck
Or discard.
or discard. Yeah,
That's so fucked. That's so crazy. Just
God.
like either of those, like, what are you doing?
even Tinker doesn't say from the discard. Like,
So funny. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is one of the top 16 decks.
I like that. I'm willing to ride with you on that.
So interestingly enough, Pumat, ever since Massive Mew Machine was shown, people have been experimenting with Pumat because, like, you know, obviously, it just, you know, so happened, Equipment Heist was better in every way. That being said, yeah, he did make top 16, but did not make A further than that. I want to say he got the person playing Pumat got beat by Godzilla. I'd have to go double check and go back, but
Yeah, and like to be clear, like it's a thing where if you ban out supporting cards from a deck, it can usually still hang. Like there's a deck called Boros Energy that was like absolutely the best deck in Modern, and then they banned like 2 key cards from it, but they weren't like the engine pieces or whatever. And it went from top 1 to like probably top 1.
Yeah, like,
And
oh,
so-
oh no, it's still
yeah,
a top.
it got
like-
slapped with the Johnny stick where it's just like nothing. This, on the other hand, like that's your key card instead of being like Slyo said, like from deck, from discard. Like you do have access to Pumat at all times, but needing to get a card in your hand is like so much bigger of an ask, right?
Right, you do just have games where you fail to find
And
it.
you need to remove a foundation from your stage, which like isn't a super huge cost or anything, but it's like not nothing, right?
Right, you eat a land for it, and so. But still powerful enough that people are still trying to rep this massive machine.
and hey, like getting top 16 worlds
top-
isn't nothing.
Yes. Yeah, darn. Like,
You still walked away with like, I think like $500, if not more, worth of product. Yeah. What do you think about this card?
This card ignores progressive difficulty.
so it's always 3.
I mean, we were talking earlier about cards that just want you to get like 3 or 4 attacks in your stage. and then you just get to go ballistic, right?
The thing I like seeing this card, it doesn't have any, like, obviously it has no text, but like, you can build a deck where this can never whiff.
Yeah.
Because like, all your attacks are 3s. Play this on turn 1 as card 5, and it will hit.
What's the symbol there? Is that the green one?
Earth. As long
That's
as
Earth?
and it's a tune, so as long as your character has the Earth symbol, regardless of whether or not
Of
you're
what
playing
deck
on the
you're
Earth
playing.
symbol, you can play.
Yeah,
it.
you don't have to be main on it. Yeah. Feels so simple, and it feels like, yeah, the way Slyo said it, of it just can never whiff. It feels like if there is a hero that wants to be, or has access to Earth, that like wants to fill up their pool, this is just going to be good no matter what.
Right, and like, that text is active when you're blocking, right? Like,
Yep.
so,
Yeah, so this could also like block something really late in a goofy way. This really comes down to like what heroes were in grand finals, I think, because I think this could easily just play grand finals if it like the deck was there to support it. I'm gonna say though this ended up top 4 because I know Godzilla was one of the grand finalists, which means 50-50 did not have this.
I'll go top 8.
So this was played in Godzilla.
Oh, well, never mind.
What?
Wow.
What? I thought Godzilla couldn't play this. Isn't he like Chaos Fire or something?
He's Chaos, Earth, Water.
Oh, he does have Earth. Okay, well, damn it. I did base my thought off of the fact that this wasn't a card playable in Godzilla.
I also thought this wasn't playable in Godzilla. Yeah. No, if it is, yeah, this is free.
Yeah.
As you directly said, it all comes down to the characters who have access to that.
Yeah, the whole thing with this is, you know, Godzilla plays a whole bunch of attacks because he plays, say, Rampage, he juices up his checks to play his 5 different attacks. Although that check juicing doesn't count towards playing Foundations, you know, this ignores that.
You get to end your turn with get a land or 2 into play. No text, but they're there.
Yeah.
It's always
right.
Godzilla. Yo.
It makes me sad to say, like, I'm worried that Nagoriyuki, despite his large katana, may not have made the cut.
Despite his large katana.
Usually that makes it quite easy to make the cut, you see.
I want to believe in Nagoriyuki here, like, this is a lot of goddamn damage. That's
Yeah, it is.
So much damage. Like, plus 4 is more than Godzilla throws down at base. And obviously you know, every Nagoriyuki player has always gone into blood and then not died. So, you know, it's pretty easy to just do that. There's no drawback on losing 10 health.
Yeah, like, this feels like a deck where if there's enough people entering, it could just win by puncher's chance. It could just, like, red deck wins, just explode people enough without giving them a chance to interact that they just get in.
Yeah.
Don't know how many people are running it.
Ooh, I think I have a thought. I think this is the buddy who takes advantage of the Happy Chaos Tiny Punch.
Oh, yeah. So that would be the other grand finalist.
Right, because we know one's a Godzilla. And we knew one's a Happy Chaos. And I don't know if they were a Happy Chaos. They could have been a Happy Chaos. But, like, my thought process was there, you play that card if you want a bunch of tiny attacks to punch the shit out of your opponent with a big buff.
Yeah, so what I was thinking is like, yeah, because Happy Chaos like felt more like he needed some kind of weird counter support, whereas like Nagoriyuki can kind of do his shit on his own.
Yeah.
And then other stuff like supports it even more. Yeah, you know what? I'm for it. I want to believe. What if Nagoriyuki was in grand finals? What if it was Nagoriyuki versus Godzilla? That'd be tight.
Could Nagoriyuki beat Godzilla?
The grand finals was in fact
Yes!
Nagoriyuki versus Godzilla.
You're so smart, Sly. I like you for a lot of reasons, man, but damn, you're smart. Holy shit.
Yeah, Nagoriyuki is such an interesting character because on face, he pilots so simply. Like, it's +4 damage, and then he gets to commit something down. Which, granted, he can commit your character down, which is very strong. It's the fact that he gets so many moves that generate momentum. That allows him to play these fucked up echo moves, which allows him to play very cheaply off progressive, just constantly stacking +4 damage on everything.
Because like echo is momentum to replay, and then tension gives you momentum just for doing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the plan the Soul deck I was playing was doing, was just like build up a shitload of momentum, do a bunch of echo, like either make the cards like super cheap or just like super high damage and like mess with difficulty. Yeah.
There were only like 3 people playing this character in the entire event.
Wow, okay.
Ooh.
So Nagoriyuki was rogue deck.
Yeah, very much so.
But like also must be like pretty well placed.
Yeah, Cake. I guess I might as well say now, since we know both the ground finalists. Godzilla was the one to win the entire event. Piloted by, I'm forgetting his last name, unfortunately.
They just keep making expensive cards that are good because the players want to be excited by new cards. Yeah, it happens.
I don't even think that. I don't think the Godzilla deck was playing a card that had released past AOT 2.
Okay, so Godzilla's just been the champ. And
Damn, so it's just still that good even after the bans. That's so funny. Holy shit.
Godzilla's a current scourge of the community? A little bit, yeah. What I will
like it's been that way for about 2 years. Yep.
Yes and no. Like, Godzilla has had weird points where he is both very strong and not in the meta at all. Like, the character didn't start in the meta when he released. That was Rodan in Ghidorah City. For like the first 6 months of that meta.
But like a lot of the big Titan moves.
I think it was... I'm trying to pinpoint exactly when Godzilla really started coming back into Resurgence. And I want to say it was after Attack on Titan 3, when that set released. Just because he got a lot more ways to generate momentum, which helped him, juice up his checks better and all that. I am actually curious. Let me look at the exact list that, Tasty Sub, Godzilla's 12% of the field, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like meta dominating. It's just something that's been represented and succeeding for quite a while.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing isn't the like percentage of players on it. It's more
the results.
The results and the age. Like when you have a deck that just is continuously good for that long, there can be kind of a growing like, oh boy, this dude again. Like,
yeah, for sure.
But clearly, won the event, and you at least said like 4 of them in the top 16.
3.
It was
Uh,
if Jund. It was if Jund was standard for like 3
In the
years.
top 8 or the top 16?
top 16.
Because if you had said the one Tinker deck lost to a Godzilla, and then the
Actually,
other player who fought 3 Godzillas in a row, right? That's got to be 4 minimum, just from those numbers.
well, 3 in a row, including the winner.
Okay.
Yeah, looking at there were in fact 3 Godzillas. All 3 of them did go to top 8, but again, Chris Miner, who piloted the Nagoriyuki list, systematically had to slay each and every Godzilla after the fact, being stopped by George Rangel, who
Could not beat the final Godzilla.
could not defeat the final Godzilla. Tragically. Which I do want to say, for as much as I will make fun and play up my hatred of Godzilla, at least I have the common decency not to boo the winner of the entire event.
Oh yeah. No, like yeah. I will sit here and roast Elfelt Valentine till I'm blue in the face. If Minimat wins an event, I'm popping off for my boy and lifting him in the air and then going, "Oh shit, sorry, right, you're back," and then putting him back down.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Fun fact: that was the same guy who was spouting the bad takes about Kevin Broberg's card.
Nice.
Genuinely have never hated a person in Twitch chat more. So yeah, we only have a few more to talk about, I'd say. Let's talk about this guy.
So this is a 2025 King of Fighters. So this isn't the new, but this is like
is
fairly
2026.
recent. Oh, this is the 2026 one. Okay. Okay, so they just copyrighted it before release date. Okay, makes sense.
In Twitch chat inside our side, but yes. Yeah, someone actively booed George for winning
Twitch
the
chat are
event.
fucking animals. Yeah, when it comes to big events, Twitch
Yeah.
chat's a bunch of fucking animals. Like, I'll say it. It's one thing, like, when it's a person's chat or whatever, like, it could be, like, the nicest community on the planet. If it was, like, competitive Scrabble, there would be some wicked fucking shit talkers in that chat room, let me tell you. There would be a grandma talking shit. I tell you what. All right, add 1 foundation from your stage to your momentum. This attack gets -X speed. Ooh, the difficulty of the added foundation. Attack gets +1 to its powerful rating or gains powerful 2. So if you had a card that was like powerful 4, you could make powerful 5, is the idea.
Yeah, it gives it a minimum. Also gives you a way to spend the speed on. That cost is high.
Notably,
Like,
if you do add a face down on, say, on your turn, it's -0 speed.
Yeah, because it doesn't have a difficulty. And like a lot of the foundations you're usually playing are low difficulty because you want to either be able to get those in.
Or just like the very powerful foundations that
Yeah.
have the once per game flip them over effect. Yeah.
Yep.
The main thing that makes me interested in this is like knowing how good a lot of the unique foundations are and like how wild some, because there's like the one that still sees play all the time, right? The one that's like a bunch of people sniffing poison and falling on the floor or whatever, like Return to Normalcy. That's just like fog some shit.
Yes, yeah, Return to Normalcy is the exact, or Moment of Normalcy is the...
Moment of Normalcy, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's just reset speed or damage.
I love your description on
Look, this is why I think it's important to have fun key art that's like memorable, because I can describe the card and then people know what card I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's cool when that works.
I'm gonna go with didn't make the cut.
I don't want to feel like I'm just riding along with you on this, but I also feel like this didn't make cut.
I'm gonna go gut on that.
So, the Benimaru was a character that people very much had on their radar. The big thing stopping him was just how new he was.
Right, getting reps in with the deck.
Yeah, the idea obviously is you play this big aggro, you add face downs, your momentum after you've already committed them, so you're not really losing much. And then you play, like, as you can see, ultimate combination, and when you do the big powerful attack, you get to rebuild all those things. That being said, yeah, just didn't make it at all. I think there was 1 or 2 people playing this character.
My gut there was specifically on this being the 2026 release. Like, just like, if I'm going to Worlds, I want to go with something I've got reps in.
Yeah, makes total sense.
And like, I would even be willing to say if it was like a couple cards in your deck have been swapped out for new ones, especially if there are ones that are like functionally similar, they just are slightly better or whatever. That's one thing, right? But this is your commander, basically.
Yeah.
So this is like a whole different ball game. Like the one card you always have access to is totally different.
Yeah, but the difference between like, oh, Godzilla lost their 5th best attack, you know, or, I don't know, you know, like something like that, you just replace it. Whereas like you're building something. This also looks very, as you said, like a very combo heavy, like with the ultimate combination, putting everything back into play, and like what you're playing with this.
Yeah, neat character. We'll see what post rotation is like with him. Notably, both these cards on screen are rotating, so he's gonna have to find some other game plan. In fact, God, going back to other characters, Rodan's also losing both of these. Godzilla is losing not these 2 cards that I showed you, but a number of attacks. In fact, I think he's
probably walk the dog based on what it sounds
Yeah,
like.
what you said, yeah.
I would not be shocked if it gets banned.
Okay.
Yeah, Chimera Kraken and another card he plays called Blue Flame Torment is both leaving. So that is
okay, yeah.
effective.
Blue Flame Torment's crazy. That card's nuts.
Yeah,
I remember that fucker. That card was one of them that like I pulled out of my soul deck, and you were like, "Oh damn," when I played it.
That was the one that just makes your opponent like unable to do anything because they're at like minus hell, right?
Let me pull it up.
It was.
Yeah, that is the one I was thinking of.
Responds card pool, flip, discard a momentum. After your rival makes a check, it gets -2. Failing that check will not end the combat phase. Enhance your rival's check against a 6. If they fail, this attack gets +1 damage, and your next check to play the attack gets +1.
And then you
may play this enhance 2 times this enhance step. And
Just another way
crazy
for
stuff.
Godzilla to juice up its checks.
Yeah. It's just like a really generically strong option if you can play it.
Let's talk about this guy. You have definitely seen him before because I played him.
Yeah.
I'm considering playing him in the near future.
Oh, well, that makes me think top 8, at least. Yeah. Because you wouldn't be considering playing him if it was like, didn't make the cut. You'd be like, nah, that's stupid.
Well, especially when I had said earlier, like, there were a couple of cards on that ban list that specifically were things for Zeke here. But if Zeke is still something you're considering, it's got to be good.
Zeke never played Unyielding Destruction for what it's worth. because he couldn't because it's not ranged. Probably would if it wasn't though, but.
Yeah, I'll say top 4. I'll say Zeke's aggro plan still made the donuts.
I like your thought here. This made the cut.
Did not make top 4. Did make top 8, however.
Okay, yeah.
Exactly what you said.
So this character is so fascinating because he sees basically 0 meta relevancy except for one person who's played him this entire year.
So we've got like an expert who just knows how to pilot this deck. Like,
I in fact played him in Atlanta. He is the the only player I tied against during that entire event, and actually would have had the win had I not misplayed, but. Yeah, Aiden LaCour, I believe his name is. Really nice guy. Just been grinding this character the entire fucking year. Got to top 8 in Worlds because of it.
that rules.
But yeah, character I'm definitely looking into, because the the new season of Organized Play is actually starting very soon. I'm gonna get into that, but
Also, just catching up with chat. So there was an incident at a con I was at. It was very funny. It was a con tournament that the DBFZ community in Colorado was running. Okay. And random con goers, we had a few folks in the community who were like very funny and like very, very goofy, personable people who were grabbing people who were like walking by during DBFZ grand finals and pulling them into the room and being like, that the main thing you need to know is that lady with the glasses and the lab coat, if she's on screen, you should boo. And the thing that made it extra okay is both players were using lab coat 21 and we all knew.
very different when you're in on the bit, obviously. But...
yeah, it was very funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna show one more character, and then we're gonna move on to talking about what is next. Oh yeah, let's go with this.
Wow, that's the saddest woman I've ever seen. That's incredible stuff. Wow, she's so fucking sad. I've watched Attack on Titan. This lady looks so fucking sad. Reveal one weapon card. It gets plus X damage, which is the block modifier. Oh, interesting. Okay. And sack a foundation to draw 2 cards.
We've got weapon.
Yeah, I will say too, just to answer probably an obvious question, Death has a lot of stuff that does things when foundations are sacrificed. Like there's a card called Enormous Axe that says build a top card of your deck after this card is sacrificed.
So, do most it seems like the weapons here have like fairly low block modifiers. Is that generally the case?
3 is generally considered to be a very high block modifier.
Okay, so that just is the way the game works, where like 3 is a high block modifier. Okay.
So you're probably getting
+2 on average.
Yeah, +2, +3. Like we have the one that's 3 here, and it's reveal from, right? So
yeah.
And you can just keep revealing
okay,
the
so you
same
only need
card.
one of them, so you can just reveal the same card 12 times. It's like the classic Behold a Dragon, where you just point to a dragon on the field over and over and go, Behold! Behold an additional time! Behold the third time!
Yeah, it's still there. I'm like, so comparable-ish to... comparable-ish to Godzilla in the pump, but like not as reliable. Pause.
Too sad. Top 16. That's all.
Didn't make it.
That's why he has top 16. Too sad.
Too sad. So, Mikasa's game plan is actually very interesting because it's now kind of what you would expect based on what she has on her face. Which is why I had to include 2 of her many different attacks. Obviously, both of these say effectively clear themselves from the card pool after they resolve. Kind of Mikasa's whole game plan is that she fills her deck with cards that are relatively understated, or have some sort of big cost that also will then clear themselves from the card pool after they resolve.
Yeah.
So you're constantly adding big damage to these attacks, while you're also blowing up your stage to constantly draw new attacks that then clear themselves from the card pool.
So you got some sort of like combo going on where you just are always playing a card on 5 or 4 repeatedly at like +3 damage.
Yeah, pretty much. And then when she does stop, playing attacks, she's got like 30 cards in her hand, and she can then just rebuild her stage, just like she hadn't just played 30 attacks. That being said, did only hit top 8.
Okay. Alright.
This was kind of the aggro character people were expecting to see a lot more, I think. And she did have a very high representation, but just did not convert very well in the...
I'm wondering, does this character have issues with, like, there's 2 things I would wonder. First of all, does this character have an issue with, like, poor draws leading them to just fizzle and have turns where they just kind of peter out and don't really do a lot? And then is this character, like, very sideboard hateable?
I would say kinda yes to both. Like, there are options.
That makes sense. Yeah, like
sideboard.
that's what I was thinking is like a possible weakness. Because again, that's like the Ruby Storm thing, where if it has high enough chance to fizzle and it's kind of iffy post sideboard, that can make a really scary deck like wildly underperform.
Yeah, because like if you're able to, it seems like the weak point here is if you're able to like stuff them on the cards clearing, then things get really bad.
Yeah, and those cards that do that. Yeah, and she is like a 5-hander. So like if she doesn't draw any attacks in her 5 cards, like that's
she
it.
Just can't move. Yeah.
Yeah, combo decks generally want to just like see as many cards as possible.
I'm always scared with the 5-hand. That's.
Yeah, I mean, once she plays an attack, she's not a 5-hander anymore. But...
Right, draw two. Yeah, you're moving.
Yeah.
You can sack a committed foundation. Be like, move.
Yeah, and then
pretty good, though.
Yeah, and then like I said, once she's done with her attack string, she just gets to rebuild for free, effectively. But yeah, so I have a question for y'all. When I say, like, local championship, what would that mean in the context of Magic?
So, we have store championships in Magic. These are events that are run at shops as, like, the big... they actually get given pretty cool, unique promos that do tend to be a bit of a draw for pulling in more people from like that aren't just locals. Like that's kind of the idea, is you want to grow your store with this. But like it's the big event that is the store event, right? Like if I was thinking a local championship, it's gonna be the local squad.
Yeah, I would agree. And those usually are like worth points in some official capacity, in some way, shape, or form that's linked up to the bigger events. And
I think that's where the textless Urza's sagas were.
That's so fucking funny. Textless Urza Saga is like such a motherfucking asshole print, and it's so good.
They've been as like a running bit for like store champs, this specific set of events. They've been printing textless cards that should not be textless. It rules.
Yeah, because there was like a textless Kryko, right?
Yeah,
that's so funny. Oh man, Cryptic Command, by the way, Kobuddy, is like a card that costs a shitload of blue mana and has like a choice of 3 different things that are all extremely specific blue things. It's like such an insane card to just not have text.
The most recent one was Ocelot Pride, but also Vendilion Click was in this.
Yeah, Vendilion Click was really good.
But yeah, they're like, and they make these promos as like real cards as a thing to try to draw in people, but it is the local scene.
Yeah.
So yeah, what we used to have in the 2025 OP cycle, we had store scrambles, which were the tournaments that gave like promos and such, but weren't worth anything. And then we had the local championships, which were supposed to be kind of the second level event, and were supposed to be how you got your points to go to Worlds in the end. Kind of what ended up being the problem with local championships is every store that had UVS got to run one. And kind of the issue is just because we are a much smaller game, you had local championships that would run like fire with 4 people. If that,
yeah,
sometimes.
I was gonna say if they don't scale events to input size, that's an issue, because that happens in fighting game tournaments I've been into where we did like a 6-month series off weeklies, and just like towards the middle, you'd have weeklies where like 4 people would show up for under night because everyone was fucking tired, and it was like December, and those first places were worth like the same points as the ones where 60 people showed up.
Yeah. So, local championships are being changed quite drastically, to the extent that frankly, I don't know why they're still calling them local championships, but they are. There are only 40 store championship or local championships worldwide now. And what they are is, not only do you get a bunch of shit for winning, depending on the amount of people, winning, coming in second, etc., etc., you not only now get promos, invites to the New World Championships, you also get travel vouchers now for winning these events. And if there's 32 people, I believe, if you come in second, you also get that travel voucher. It's like $250, I believe.
Okay. So these are closer to like old style PTQ in Magic term, where these were events where you would end up having like in Magic, it would be like between 80 and like 160, maybe 200 players, and then like the winner got an invite and paid travel to the next.
Yeah.
And they were like, you could see these run like on like random weekends. You drive out to different, like maybe you'd be in Chicago one weekend and maybe you'd be in Fargo the next, something like that. And they were spread out, but they were like consistent. You could find one going on a weekend or like within a couple weeks.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know why they're calling them local championships
That's
anymore, but
Yeah, because like that sounds a lot like a higher tier than local.
yeah. From what I understand, when it was still UFS, they used to have these things called PTCs, which obviously sounds very close to PT. But that's essentially what these are. They're much quote-unquote bigger events. The intention is to get, 32 or more players, so you can get both grand finalists of the event can get those travel vouchers to then go to regionals, whatever like event you want, I guess. I don't know if you could use them to go to another local championship, but it'd be very funny if you could.
Oh god, are we gonna get the Kazunoko Dragon Ball incident? That was so funny. Slayer, are you familiar with the Kazunoko Dragon Ball incident?
Tell me about the Kazunoko Dragon Ball incident.
So they had a Dragon Ball Fighters tournament where they had a series of tournaments where whoever won got a Dragon Ball that was like they automatically got invited to the big final tournament at the end. And
I have heard.
There wasn't a restriction on someone winning multiple. So
yep.
The number one winner doesn't give a shit, doesn't care about if you feel good about it or not. The real motherfucker, I will never do a leg loop, Kazunoko, went and won like 6 of them bitches. And so the entire lead up to the tournament ended up having to pivot into this insane series of last chance qualifiers. And it was like a last chance qualifier tournament for the 4th slot, and then a last chance qualifier tournament for the 5th slot, and then a last chance qualifier, because there were so many. And so you ended up with incidents of Apology Man getting knocked out of like 5 tournaments in a row by Aquas. Just the one player, like 8 losses in one day. Insane. So then they like had to play the tournament right after. So everybody except for like Goichi, Kazunoko, and Sonic Fox, like I think like those were the 3 players who didn't have to do that crap. Everyone else is like burnt. Yeah.
Because they had to play a whole tournament and a half to get in the door.
Yeah, or like 4.
If you were like 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, you had to play in 4 tournaments to get in the door.
Oh my god, like let me go to the old country buffet and restock, bro. My god.
So I will say they have confirmed that the invites pass down. So if you have already won a local championship and then you win another, the invite goes down to the next person. The travel vouchers, however, don't. So one person could theoretically stock up thousands of dollars in travel vouchers if they were that dedicated. I don't think there's anyone in our game that is that dedicated, but yeah, so there are 2 I am for sure planning on going at the end of this month, actually. Like I said, the OP season has been starting quick. Yeah, there's 2 I plan going to. The main issue is just I'm at a bit of a. I need to find out why I want to fucking play, because Godzilla has some neat characters.
Nice.
You want to give some of these big bitches a read?
I think the one I know I've seen was that Mothra, who has like the 7 hand size and just has a commit block.
Mothra is terrifying, yes.
Mothra, yeah.
the main issue with Mothra is just kind of similar to what we talked about with Mark Tyner, is just how is she going to kill people?
Godzilla, enhance your attack and plus 2 damage. Okay.
How common because I know one of the things that was like always scary for King Ghidorah in the modern game was like there are ways to you know, like stifle your opponent's effects or whatever, so you could like Megalovania, I think, or Megalomania, I think the Eno payoff was like
Megalomania
disable King Ghidorah from functioning properly, so you just kill him once and he pops like a balloon.
Yeah, Megalomania, and I think there's a secret rare in this set that can do that too, but there's only really 2 cards.
Okay, so not terrible.
Okay, not just, so there a couple silver bullets and they're very character specific. Okay.
That being said, this is a very different Ghidorah than the
Yeah, this one is start with 3 heads, remove a counter before damage, just take 3 less. Okay, so that's 1,000,000 health you're burning.
And it's reduce its damage to 3. So like anytime your opponent goes to throw like a big juiced up 15 damage haymaker, you can just say 3.
Because you have 33 health plus the ability to just shrug off 3 large hits.
Yeah. And yeah, his secondary ability, which allows
burn
him,
burn
a card.
2 plus 2 speed or 3 damage. Okay.
And yeah, he gets to play the combined firepower, which was errated to be King Ghidorah only, because Death aggro decks use this to do a Casino Royale shit.
And they didn't ban it; they just made it King Ghidorah only. And well, King's back. Okay.
King Ghidorah, I can play this card. Yeah, King.
Oh yeah.
The
Planeswalker rules.
the Death Casino list, which was what it was called back then, because it relied on self-mill and hitting a lot of self-mill triggers to make your attacks big and whatnot. Was a playstyle I really enjoyed. But King Ghidorah, the original one, was not that. This one, however,
Ding, ding, ding.
this one hits a lot of bing bong triggers. But yeah, it's gonna
It
be.
also, the thing is, it being a 5 hand is like a little scary, but the enhance functionally means like it's 6. You know, like you have to be smart about it, but like it's probably 6.
Yeah, and I mean, as you can see with Golden Destruction in the bottom right there, it says after you remove 1 or more card from your hand, draw 1 card.
Yeah.
And there's other cards that say like after you remove this from your hand, draw 1 card. Yeah, it's a hard choice between one of these 2 guys or something I'm more familiar with playing in Zeke 1. And I kinda have to make the decision quick. But yeah, that's about all I have for us tonight. I will say, chat, if you enjoy these kinds of UVS talks, please come to my marathon next Saturday. Part of that is going to helping me fund my tax payment for next month, as well as, you know, just helping me pay for travel and such to UVS events. When we did the big marathon last year, did help me pay for, help me get to Worlds. That not only did that pay for Worlds, it honestly paid for all my other regional travel expenses. So, yeah, I hope to see you all Saturday the 14th. And let me...
If you like cards, might I recommend following Slyo9 over at twitch.tv/Slyo9. Slyo plays a myriad of card games, and as he very, like, It was such a good opening that like it's not bragging. You were right to talk about it, but like also talking about it is implicitly like bragging to some degree.
I
'cause
know.
It's such an insanely cool achievement. No, like you're right. It's sick. It's fucking awesome. Seeing CBI raid and being like, yo, like that shit owns. But yeah, definitely give Slyo a follow. That would be fucking awesome. Also me, I guess.
You should follow Ty. Ty is also sick.
Yeah, Slay the Spire 2 came out, and my life is forfeit. My life is over. I've gotten 2 runs in, and both of them had me hooting and hollering and pounding my desk.
I'm gonna be doing like a bunch of that tomorrow. I'm so excited.
Dude, did you hear it's got co-op? You hear it's got
It's got
co-op?
co-op.
You want to turn the co-op at some point?
Yeah, that'd be sick. I'm in.
I would love that, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
super curious to see how co-op works in that game. But yeah,
I should stream more of the very funny Magic deck I play recently. I've decided that my goal in Magic is just to force other people to come to terms with the concede button. and I love it. I'm teaching kids to up their concede game.
You are trapped in here, and you need to realize you can just walk away.
Yeah, this game goes until you say, I'm sorry.
But yeah, I'm gonna raid y'all over to Teddy Ross. And I will see you all later. Remember to follow Slyo, High Tuesday,